Welcome to A Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy Cake Things.
And we're back, man. Episode 338.
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, let's start at the top. Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop and Rich Homie Quan. But before we go into both of them, I want to highlight Fat Man Scoop. I do not feel bad for Fat Man Scoop at all. And the reason why is because he died doing what he loved. You can't feel bad for people like that. His literal last words were doing what he loved. And I have a snippet of the video from TikTok right here. This is his last words. Let me pop it up.
Country breakfast, we talk. If you came to party, make some noise.
That was his last words. If you came to party, make some words. Excuse me. If you
noise.
came to party, make some noise. And then he died right there on that stage. You can't feel bad for people like that. You cannot feel bad for people. He lived out his purpose. And that's a beautiful thing. There's going to be a bunch of people that die stocking shelves at a store they fucking hate. There's going to be people that die while being in a relationship that hasn't fulfilled them in years. This man did what he loved. I bet you there's some people in heaven jealous of Fat Man Scoop. Because they're like, man, that nigga died doing that. I got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
You know, like this guy really went out there and died doing what he loved. And for those that be like, what did he really do besides yell? Like, nigga, he was the best at yelling.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
People got to understand that time period from like 2004 to like 2008, right in there. Fat Man Scoop was on a ton of records and he just turned the records up. I don't know what it was that he was doing. He's like, whatever I say, y'all got to do. Whatever I say, y'all got to do. If you take that shit off those records, it makes them less efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's why, like, it was a couple guys that really made, like, especially for Sierra, it was Jazzy Faye was a big part of her career, and Fat Man Scoop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy, man. There's going to be so many interesting stories about Fat Man Scoop at his funeral. And I think that one of the highest levels of fulfilling your purpose is the amount of stories that people get to tell about you at your funeral, man.
Yeah.
The things that they get to say about Fat Man Scoop, man. Timberland was, having his little stories. He was going through it, but man, it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. I don't have a whole lot else to say. Anything else on him specifically, Keith?
Yeah. He was just on Blast last album.
Oh.
So it was just interesting. Like, I thought that was a dope, I don't know whose idea that was in terms of having him on Blast album, but I just thought that was dope to kind of bring that energy back to 2024, because a lot of those songs you were talking about is like early 2000s.
Absolutely.
Type,
05, right in there. Oh, yeah.
So, having him, bringing back that energy, I thought was dope. But yeah, I agree. I think that there's a lot of us that don't get to do what we love for a living. And, it would be tragic if we passed away in a way where, you on your way to a job you don't like, or you talking to coworkers you don't like, or arguing with a boss you don't like. And, that's your last bit of time on earth. But it's a beautiful thing when you get to go out doing what you love.
Yeah.
I think that is a beautiful thing, but I don't want to diminish like the fact that he lost his life, and
Absolutely.
There's some loved ones that, left maybe I don't know what his family situation looked like, but I'm sure he was a sibling and maybe a father and, relationships and stuff like that. Like all of those people have to pick up the pieces now that he's gone. But I think that's the ideal way, if you do, nobody wants to just die, but if you do have to go, like let it be in a way where you're doing what you love.
Absolutely.
If you're an artist, you in a studio, or if you if you're a musician, you on tour. If you, I don't know, if you love, finances, you working on a business plan, or just anything like that's fulfilling for you. But yeah, that's the thing. We don't know when our time is going to be up. So the biggest thing that you can do, or the best thing you can do for yourself and your life, is try to do what you love as much as possible. 'Cause
Absolutely.
if you go out doing something else, it's just a pitiful way to go out.
Absolutely. My most fondest memories of Fat Man Scoop is like when I was in college and I was going to like a lot of parties and shit. And then he would come on, single ladies, I can't hear y'all. And they're like, yeah. And they all had boyfriends.
Ah,
All the chicken heads, be quiet. All the chicken heads, be quiet.
that's comedy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Fat Man Scoop. So many memories. Like even now, like when those they still play those songs in the club now. Well, I haven't been in a club in years, but I assume that they would play those, and like there's certain records they always play.
Yeah, you hear them at parties and stuff.
Yeah, like Lil Jon, get out of your mind, get out of your mind, or shots, everybody. Like Fat Man Scoop has earned his place in that whole party realm. Like what's that one? I never knew there was a love like this before. All the ladies in the band make some noise. Yeah. So shout out to Fat Man Scoop. May he rest in peace. God bless him. Yeah. And for all of those chasing your dreams, if you were to die doing that, then obviously you don't want to leave the world prematurely. But at the same time, if you're doing what you love, what a better way to what a better way to leave this planet? Doing something that you loved. All right. And now we're gonna talk about Rich Homie Quan. It's unfortunate, but Rich Homie Quan passed away recently of a drug overdose.
It's not. They haven't had a toxicology.
You sure about that? I got the link here. Hold on.
I think it's assumed that I would imagine toxicology take a minute, but yeah, I don't think they have a cause of death just yet.
Okay, hold on. Okay, all right. Rich Homie Quan. Okay. I'm responsive, girlfriend. Okay. I'm getting the most recent one. Before his death speaks out. Okay. Yeah, it's another alleged overdose. But here's the thing. We'll have to stick with the alleged thing then. We want to change the language. All right. If that's the case and he had an alleged overdose, what we have to understand is this. I think that a part of the culture, there's a lot of like prescription drug references in music, whether it's Future, like talking about promethazine or talking about Molly or Percocets, whatever. I think that is highly irresponsible now because of the amount of people that died from these things. Juice WRLD made an album with Future, a collaborative album called World on Drugs, right? And even the art that was on the album was like a cup with lean in it, a bunch of pills, and it's like this is a horrible fucking message to put out to people. And now Rich Homie Quan is dead of an alleged drug overdose. So what I would say is this: rest in peace to him. But let's be clear: don't do something stupid to take yourself out. Like don't. And this is just, it may sound a little bit blunt and a little bit crass to say that, but I have to be blunt because there's a bunch of kids dying of dumb shit. Like they call these things whippets. Have you seen them? It's like a big old thing. I forgot what it is. It's got like
it's like helium or something.
Yeah, and they're taking and people are dying from doing dumb shit. Don't do this. Just because you see a rapper doing it, don't be that impressionable where you put yourself in harm's way doing it. Like there's a culture of people that it made being a whore and a drug addict something that is cool. It's not cool to be a whore, and it's not cool to be a drug addict. I'm sorry. That's not okay, and it's being pushed upon the culture. And I think that we're normalizing something that shouldn't be normal. You know what happens when you're a drug addict? You can die that way. Or if you're literally out here bragging about being a whore, you can catch STDs, or you can have a bunch of kids that you can't take care of. There's a whole bunch of shit that could come of it that is negative, and we're pushing that shit on the culture. We're pushing, it's literal almost prostitution being what do you call it? What's the word? It's being normalized. Like, look, if you can't put $150 in my account, then don't even talk to me. That's prostitution. Like literal, the definition of prostitution is sex in exchange for goods. So if I fly you out and I pay you money and we have sex and you're not a boss, whatever, that's prostitution. And people are literally normalizing this. Like, just stop with the drugs and the horse shit. Stop. Like, don't. Or what's the? We already talked about Cam Newton and all the kids and not like all this shit is not okay. Tyreek just had his 12th kid, man.
That's crazy.
You got to stop this stuff, man. We cannot, and you got to push back on it. I think ultimately, a lot of times you don't want to be that guy to say the unpopular thing, but fuck that, okay? This is our platform, and I'm going to say it. Stop normalizing drug abuse. That needs to fucking stop.
Yeah. I just think that, I don't know, you know, we won't know until maybe a few weeks from now what actually happened with him. But I think the biggest thing that I would say is, one, I think in 2024, the way that they lacing drugs with fentanyl and all this other stuff, it's like you just see so many people dying with fentanyl in a system. And I just think that that's just it's a dangerous game. Like, drugs is already dangerous, but when you start lacing it with like stuff that you can die from just like inhaling it, you know, and just being around it, you know, I think that that's a completely different thing. So I don't know. I don't condone drug use at all, but especially now when it's just a different game. And I think that the crazy thing about his death, you start to see like you're hearing or you're seeing people posting
Absolutely
text messages and pictures and all these things. I just think that when it comes to people dying, I think sometimes it's cool because I think it is cool sometimes, like in a tasteful way where you can say like, hey, I just we had plans to do X, Y, and Z, or, you know, like he did this for me or he helped me out. I think sometimes in a tasteful way is cool, but you start to see people that's just like trying to take advantage of a moment.
Like,
I think
he was supposed to fly me out on Monday. It's like, you know, that man had a woman. What the fuck are you doing?
It's a fine line between like, you know, mourning for somebody and then and being clout chasing. So.
Yeah, you posting text messages, but like, here's the problem. And Rich Homie I seen in the interview that resurfaced. He said like, why we gotta show rappers so much love when they die? Like appreciate me now. Like that's what he was saying. Yeah. And then now he's dead. People are like, man, he was a legend, man. Yeah. He was a legend, man. This and that. I'm like, bro, like just stop. Like we're all gonna die someday. I would hope and pray the motherfuckers are not fake for me. Please don't. Right. Please don't be like, don't. Like don't post a DM from me back in 2017 and be like, yeah, man, we had plans of doing a podcast together. Like, nigga, don't lie on my name.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Yeah. I had no means to collaborate with you on a podcast in any capacity. Do not get on here. And Keith gonna still be here, so he gonna squash that lie quick. Like, don't do that shit, man. That ain't cool. Yeah. One of the worst things I seen, there was a dude out here that passed away a couple years ago. I'll leave them nameless, but I didn't really know him like that. But he's a popular dude. And apparently he was a ladies' man. Well, he passed away. It was in a motorcycle accident. And then some girl commented like, it really crushed me. You know, I still have the bite on my neck from you know, the other night. And
she said that?
Swear. She's like, I still have the bite on my neck from, you know, our last time together. And I'm thinking like, what are you doing?
Nah, that's crazy.
Why would you mention that on social media?
That is psycho.
That's wild, man. Yeah. And then one dude I knew that attended the funeral, he said it was so many girls there. Some of the girls was married.
God damn.
I was like, this dude.
If you why are you married going to?
You mourning him because you mourning that dick. That's what the problem is. Yeah. People are people. At the end of the day, people gon' people. That's what I've learned about people in life. People gon' people. Yeah. And it's wild. Like if you ever at a funeral of a younger person that's like maybe 28 or 30 and you see a bunch of fine ass girls and they over there crying, they got their arms crossed and they're like standing away from the family. They're like standing on the outskirts when they burying them. Yeah. He fucked all of them. Trust me. That man smashed all of them. It's some dudes that have passed away that was ladies' men. And then the girl was like, probably told her husband like, oh, it's a friend that passed. So I just wanted to pay my respects. And it's like, nah, nigga, that was her sneaky link.
Yeah. Dang.
To the day he died, that nigga was sneaking.
But it's more than just it's more than just smashing them. Because I don't think that just smashing a girl is
No,
enough for you to come to a funeral. You got to be like,
It's a connection there.
yeah, it's a little bit of connection. You got to smash them, and then y'all probably have decent conversations after he
Yeah,
knock
but
you down.
I think what it is there are certain men that can exist that she's the like to her he's the one she's always wanted, but she has a relationship. Like he's the guy like the rebellious dude on a motorcycle with slick back hair that can never be tamed. Like he
Yeah.
just don't act right, but I still like him. Women got that guy. You better pray to God she don't got that guy in her life still.
That's crazy. You can't. Yeah,
It's a
If
nigga
you
that-
like somebody like that, and you in a relationship. That's crazy.
It happens all the time. It's some women. I forgot who said this. I think I don't 100% believe it, but I do believe it. Chad Johnson said like a lot of women got a dude in their past where they had to let him go because he didn't act right. They love him, but they had to let him go because he wouldn't act right. And he's like, that's a scary situation to be in. Because what if that nigga start doing right all of a sudden?
Yeah,
And then she's like, start arguments and stuff. He'd be like, oh, nigga, you just gonna leave me?
yeah. Dang.
That shit can happen, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. and then the worst part is if let's say that they don't ever reconnect and then the dude die and she just distraught like, oh God.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we breaking up. Yeah, you can mourn that nigga by yourself.
Dang. Yeah. That's real. You got to move on, dog. Yeah.
If you're that broken up, and first of all, it's okay for a woman to have emotions for somebody that they used to date because it's like a human thing. I get it. But if it's like over the top, like if it's like a soap opera or a novella and you mourning in Spanish now, oh, no, you got to go, baby.
And you at the funeral, like, I don't know. You don't need to go to your ex's funeral. Especially somebody that was just knocking you down.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, I never forget the way that he clapped my cheeks. Like, oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God.
Yeah. If it's somebody that, like, if you done moved on and you don't talk anymore, it's like, all you get out of me is, dang, that's crazy.
It's like he was the first man like to really make me make macaroni noises.
Oh, dang. At first it was crafts, and then it just turned into grandma's mac and cheese.
Oh, he had every brand of macaroni and cheese. Oh, man, nigga had Kraft. What's the other one? Heinz. Oh, man.
The Velveeta.
Oh, yeah, that shit making Velveeta macaroni noises. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that's crazy. Man, there's this video of this young man. I don't know why the fuck he did this. And his mom was making some macaroni and cheese, and she was stirring up the pot, and you could hear the macaroni.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Mom, you know what that sounds like?" And she's like, "What do you mean, Tyler?" He's like, "That sounds like you're stirring up some good pussy, Mom." And she was
That's
like,
comedy.
"Tyler,
That's comedy.
Tyler."
Tyler. That's comedy.
Oh man.
Yeah, the internet is undefeated.
You can never do that with a black mom. You'll lose your bottom lip talking like that. Yeah. But yeah, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan, man. I can't dig any deeper into that.
Yeah, I agree. I think J. Cole had a line talking about that, like, you know, as a society, us showing love to a person after they die, or showing more love, and the streaming numbers going up and stuff. I think on one end, you are just reminded, because a lot of his bigger songs came out years ago, so we're just kind of reminded of his impact and his influence. But I do agree. I think that it is a little fake for, you know, there's certain artists, and not that I'm trying to say anything bad about them, but there's certain artists like Juice WRLD or whatever that I wasn't necessarily listening to while they were alive, and I didn't necessarily, you know, start just, you know, going crazy on their music when they passed away. But I would say even with I would say the only person I kind of did that a little bit with, and mostly because I was unfamiliar, was XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
amazing artist. Him and Juice, very, very smart, very, very great lyricist.
Yeah, I think XXX was a person that I just didn't really know. You know, the aesthetic of it doesn't really match what I normally listen to. So when I seen him, I was just like, he don't really match what I listen to. But he has some dope songs. You know, when I actually did a little bit of research on his music. So yeah, but yeah, I think, you know, like you said, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. You know, prayers and condolences to his family, and hopefully, they're able to figure out what actually happened to him, because it's a lot, man. There's people dying from all kind of different stuff these days, especially post vid. We don't know, a lot of the after effects of all these medicines and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully, I pray it wasn't an overdose, because that's just a terrible way to go out.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mac Miller too, man. Like it's crazy how many rappers die. Like a rapper's death is absolutely terrible. Like Mac Miller died with the overdose, and it's been too many artists. You got Pimp C died doing all that lean and shit.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, man, that drug use shit is not cool.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers still pouring up syrup still after that, man.
Yeah. I would say too, with the Fat Man Scoop thing, I think just a reminder, man, it's important to just take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, we just kind of live life. If something don't really feel right, we just kind of go on like, oh, we'll be good. But yeah, we need to be mindful of our health. Make sure we get in our physicals. Make sure doing a little bit of exercise just to stay regular. But yeah, it's just because you just never know, man. And a lot of our ailments and stuff may feel like different symptoms. So sometimes it'll be like, oh, it's good. Like, I know my heart is palpitating, but it'll go away. Usually it'll go away after I get a good night's sleep. But nah, man, we gotta go see a doctor, man. Sometimes those people that are what they call it,
hypochondriac.
Is that the thing where basically they always feel like they sick?
Yeah, I think it's a hypochondriac.
Yeah, so some people are like that, but sometimes that's good to have that anxiety around your health, because sometimes that'll save your life. The one time where you think like it may not be something serious, and you go in there and you realize you got cancer or something. I think Will Smith had caught like some cancerous cells or something, after he did a regular checkup. So yeah, you just never know, man. It's important to take care of ourselves. So that's all I got.
All right, man. Let's move on. Switching gears. Recently, a Wells Fargo employee found dead at her desk days after she last clocked into work, authorities say. And this is just super fucked up. Basically, the company started to smell a weird odor after a few days, and then they finally discovered the person. My issue is this. These companies are going to have to find a better system with checking in on their employees, because they only view you as a number. Like literally you clocking in or clocking out is how they could determine if you're dead or not. Like you have to do more than that. They need to develop a system where you have to text from your actual phone that you're still alive. Because otherwise you just have a whole company that's like the machine, like you're just one small part of the machine. And you're not a big enough part to matter to that company. Mm-hmm. So when you fall flat and die, they're like, fuck, that person died. Hey, we got to hire somebody on Monday. You got somebody else?
Yep.
It's fucked up. Like, my sister was telling me about somebody that had passed away, and after she had passed away, they took the stuff off her desk and had another person working.
God dang. And
I'm like, God damn, dude, that's bad. So what I would encourage everybody to do is stop. Do your job at a high level, and do your job with integrity, but don't you dare prioritize that job. Mm-hmm. You need to have an identity outside of your job. And I think that, I'm not saying that she didn't have an identity. I'm just saying that you need to have an identity outside of your job, because they don't give a fuck about you. You are just employee number 5078 QW. That's what you are to them. Mm-hmm. You are a part of the machine. And I'll tell you this much right now, and I say this very humbly. I've been working for the same company for a while now. But this is what I realize. Even though I do a good job, even though I have a lot of experience, I'm not bigger than the job. Mm-hmm. I could be fired, and a person may do my job not as good as me, but they'll still get the job done. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, I don't act like I'm bigger than the job. Mm-hmm. But what I understand is outside this job, I'm Eddie McGee. I'm a podcaster. I'm a brother. I'm a potential entrepreneur. I've been lagging on that. I have many different facets to my life, and I value those things about myself. Mm-hmm. You know, once I clock out of work on Friday, I'm Eddie McGee. But during the week, I'm Eddie McGee that drives trucks. Okay? So it's unfortunate that people are going to die like this and not doing what they love. This was the opposite story of Fat Man Scoop. This is a woman at a job that I don't know if she loved it or not, but she died sitting there and no one realized that she was gone. It's almost like that kid that fucking fell in between that wall that was dead over 20 years and they found him by the freezer. You remember that story you brought up?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, man, they found his body many years later. I guess he fell inside the wall, and after he clocked out, I think he clocked in, but he never clocked out, and then nobody ever found him, and it was a cold case of him just disappearing, but he was dead at the store. And they didn't find out he was dead at the store until they did renovations.
I think that I will say that it says a lot about Wells Fargo, but I think it also says a lot about the people around her.
Yes.
Because if any of us, you or, you know, anybody that we're close with, if we hadn't heard from them in a couple days,
Absolutely.
it wouldn't be like, there was a point where our one of our neighbors across the street where we live was gone for like a month or so. And we were kind of like, me and my girl was like, what's going on? Like, you know, we haven't seen their car. You know, they had a dog. The dog wasn't there. It was a girl living there, and it was just like, if we ain't seen nobody at the house, then, you know, we were thinking about doing a wellness check on them, like calling the police and having them go over there and see what was going on. So I could only imagine, you know, the type of loneliness this person has in their life for them to
Nobody's checking on them.
No, yeah, for it not to be weird that no one has spoke to this person in a few days, you know. So yeah, that's what I think about when I see this situation. But yeah, I do think that I think that there's a lot of situations like this. There's a lot of jobs like this, because they were saying most of the people work remotely, but there was security, and there was, you know, probably like a building, a person that cleans a building at night that probably should have noticed something. That probably means that somebody wasn't really doing their job.
Right.
You know, if somebody only discovered this, you know, days later. So I think that, I don't know, I would say me working in education and not that situation is not really possible, but I could see a situation where, you know, maybe you in a classroom and say you was working a little bit later, maybe grading papers or whatever, fixing up your room or whatever, and then you just happen to pass away.
Right.
And if the person that's supposed to come in and clean, or the maintenance people or whatever, don't go in there and do their job, or the campus whatever don't do their job, I can see you being in there like overnight and nothing really, because it's a situation, you know, on school campuses a lot of times where you just kind of in your own world, and you have kids coming in and out of your classroom and stuff like that, but it ain't like the principal is coming by and seeing how you doing every day. You know, it's just like people be in their own world. So it's crazy. But yeah, you could see something like that. I wouldn't imagine like something like that would happen with you, and it's not even because of you as a person. It's more so because they want the loads to be places at certain times. So I can see that they wouldn't even be if that happened, you know, a situation like that happened with you, they would be like, dang, man, like this load is late. Like, what's going on? I wonder where Eddie at. But then it wouldn't, you know, the concern wouldn't even be about you. It would be about the money.
Now, I'm kind of, I won't say remiss to bring this up, but I mean, if I have to go to court, then this will be the evidence that I created this app. I thought about like a welfare app, like a head count app. So, for example, if you don't show up to work, then no, it's not a big cause for concern. But if 2 days go by and you don't show up to work, your employer has the right to send a ping to the head count app. And then what'll happen is if somebody else that you know hasn't contacted you, they could send a ping to the head count app. And if 10 different people have sent a ping to the head count app, automatically notifies the police. Mm-hmm. So, for example, your employee sent one to that head count app. Your let's say you go to college and the teacher has not had your attendance for the last 3 days. They could send it if they have a genuine concern. So multiple people that have your phone number can literally send that ping to that app. And once the app reaches a certain amount of people, then it will just contact the authorities.
Yeah, I like that idea. Just make sure everybody good. Like, because like I said, if it ain't family and you don't really got nobody checking on you, or you don't have anybody that you talk to regularly, then this is like possible.
If you're a college student, here's another reason. If you're a college student and you live in California, but you're going to college in Florida, right? You don't have a lot of friends out there. You don't have any family out there. And you've been missing class for the last 3 days. Your professor can send a ping. Then your family members can send a ping if you haven't called in 2 or 3 days. Then your job can send a ping. And then what'll happen is let's say you attend Planet Fitness and you go to the gym a couple times a week, and all of a sudden you go X amount of days without clock it coming in once. I'm not saying they would send a ping, but it would also like literally there's like an app that tracks how much you go to the gym. If there's none there, they could start to build a suspicion. But I think that like the world is very hectic and people are worried. And I think this will take a lot. And some people are really closed off. There's some people that have mental health problems. So if they're like, let's say their grandmother hasn't answered the phone and multiple people have been trying to call grandma, we can't get a hold of fucking grandma. And and multiple people are concerned. Now they get a welfare check from the police department locally to go check and go in the house to see if she's there. It'll save a lot of people like, I'm looking for my grandma, I can't find. So if one person can check and they're concerned and they don't know what's going on, like a lot of time the police are not going to just go do a welfare check unless there's has not been contact upon a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
But if multiple people are sending things to that file, it's going to make it a more serious issue.
Yeah. No, I like that idea.
Yeah, man. I had another idea. I don't want to share all my ideas here. But I had a dope one. But I think I should share it. You think I should share it? It's about a date now.
I mean, unless you plan on doing it one day.
I mean, yeah. Well, you guys want to hear it? you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but fuck it. Basically, dating apps are they're terrible. But I think that we've reached a place in time where we're communicating a lot through phones. So yes, I've mentioned that it's like a fast food market, and you're going up and you're swiping through people's faces. But there's a lot of people that just go to dating apps for attention. They're not really going to meet people. And I think that you could get rid of these people by having a structure to the app. So, for example, I think all major fast food, not just fast food, but major places that are known for first dates, like, the Red Lobsters of the world, the Chili's, and all these people can get involved in these dating apps. And what they can do is literally, in order for you to take advantage of these significant discounts, you would meet on these apps, but you would, in order to unlock that code, you would need to have a 3 to 5 minute phone call. And the phone call would have to be completed with, both of you guys obviously on the line, and then you could not take advantage of that actual coupon until you checked out of the restaurant. And I think that it would take a lot of people off these apps because so many people want to get likes and get attention. But if you get the serious people that really want to date and you put restrictions on people that just want attention, it would actually allow people to make more genuine connections and still use the same technology that is already out there.
Yeah. I think the only thing with that is that you would have to, because I think that in terms of popular dating apps, is they're not really looking for dates. I think they're more so looking for hookups and stuff.
They can still use those apps, but my app would more specifically be utilizing these different avenues to get people that are serious about dating.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, the popularity of like the people that are going on dating apps to actually find like decent dates, like to really try.
I don't
to
know
build
what those numbers are.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think it's a little smaller than the people that's just looking for, because there's a culture. There's like a dating app culture out there.
The hookup culture is very
it's prevalent on those apps. So, but I think the idea for just to weed out the the people that's not really there
Absolutely.
for the same reasons, I think that would be
Absolutely. But I believe in small scale success. I think that you get this app here and you start to build like an actual reputation of like, hey, I got on this app. It's not a very big app, but I met my husband here. We went to Dave and Buster's. We had an amazing time. We went on our third date there, and we've been together ever since. And I think you get enough of those stories starting to happen. I think it'll flip the world up on side its head. Now, if you want to just fuck, go to Tinder. You know what I'm saying? That's what people. That's all people doing is fucking.
Yeah, on Tinder. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just sharing ideas. I don't know. I had to vomit that out. I thought about that the other day. I've been on vacation for fucking. This is my 10th day. I've been on vacation.
You going back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow, man.
Dang.
I mean, hey, look, it's a little bit of a buzzkill, but I'm blessed. I'm very thankful that I had a lot of time to, just collect my thoughts and watch some sports, man.
Yeah.
Actually went to a Dodger game, went to a Sparks game, had a family reunion, had a lot of shit go on during this week, man. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Got to bond with my sister, man, because she lives in Arkansas. So she came out here, we ate some good food, chilled, and hung out.
That's good.
Yeah, man. But there's that. Shit. Okay, there we go. All right. Anything else on that, Keith?
Nah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the lady died, man. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Switching gears. Chase warns against using system glitch to filch cash. It's fraud, plain and simple. Okay, and here's the article. Chase warns against using, come on, man. Using, the fucking ad pops up. System glitch to filch cash. It's fraud, plain and simple. The U.S. banking giant Chase has made it clear that taking advantage of a system glitch to extract cash was fraud, plain and simple. Despite it being a TikTok trend, people are so like disassociated, man. What would make you think that you can get free money and then say it's a glitch on TikTok? You've created an algorithm with everybody that's about to get arrested. Fucking dumb. Anyways. Chase Bank warning on Monday came in response to viral social media posts where customers purportedly tried to withdraw more money than they had in their accounts by exploiting the banking system. You didn't exploit them. They exploited you. They knew you were going to be fraudulent. Just like these PPP loans, they knew that people were being fraudulent. They just going back to get their money. Okay. Users claim that they knowingly deposited bad checks for often large sums of money and then withdrew the money from Chase ATM right away before the check could bounce, according to people. Chase said in a statement that they fixed this problem and warned sternly that the trend was in fact just simple fraud. We are aware of this incident and it has been addressed. Chase commented in a statement, regardless of what you see online, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple. The number of Chase customers who tried to do this is not immediately known. One video posted on social media shows purported participants shouting with joy and throwing their cash in the air. God damn, you stupid motherfucker. That wasn't an article. Other videos, however, show purported participants then later upset after seeing huge negative balances on their bank accounts once the bad checks had finally bounced, yet their withdrawals of cash were still accounted for. Social media users who observed the viral trend unfold frequently reacted with humorous quips. Okay, there's this dude that said, I just hired my lawyer, and like they saying it's like fraud or something like that. And I'm like, dude, how fucking, like, how disassociated or how disconnected are you with reality? You can't take $95,000 out of an account and think it's free money. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know how much time people are going to get? Like $100,000 is not worth 5 years of freedom. That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's not.
You better pray to God. And here's the thing. You fucked your life up because first of all, if you don't get time and you get probation, right, you're in the system now. If you had a clean record, now you don't. And if you had a fucked up record, you're automatically going to jail because you're a felon. Then when you get out of prison, you can't get a job because people don't hire people that commit fraud.
Right.
So you fucked yourself. You did, man. Let me tell you something. If I seen $500,000 sitting in front of a bank, let's say that, you know how the trucks that put the money in there, they go in there. If they left if there was a $500,000 sitting out in front of a bank at 1 a.m, I'm just gonna get my little $20 and get out. Or I'm gonna get whatever money I'm getting out of the ATM and I'm walking off and I'm leaving that $500,000. You know why? Because that $500,000 ain't worth 10 years of my fucking freedom. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I see that same $500,000 in the bathroom at the gym, that's a different story. I'm still in that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still in that. Yeah, but I just don't think. Well, I don't understand why people think you're getting free money because you're not.
Yeah.
Them people they did in PPP loans, they're going to jail.
Yeah. Yep. Wasn't legit. You didn't have no business. People was making businesses up. Mm-hmm. Fraudulent businesses and getting loans.
The worst part about it is this. One guy said that back in the day when people committed scams or they did fraudulent things, no one knew about it because it was never a trend, right? Like a person that's a real scammer will do something in the dark when no one knows about it and then they disappear. But these people are so fucking dumb that they will be like, yo, it's a trend. I just look at this, man. Thank you, God. It's like God didn't give that to you. The devil did, you fucking moron.
But that's today. That's what social media has done to us. Like, crimes are on TikTok. You know, like people are doing like wild stuff and posting it on the internet, on social media, on Instagram. It's people in Chicago and stuff, they shooting at each other on live. Like it's all kind of stuff that be going on the internet that would have never happened in the 90s and early 2000s.
We gotta watch it too, because it's gonna get to the point like, hey y'all, I'm fucking. What's up, y'all? Hey, I'm having sex with my girl. You hear that macaroni right there? You hear that macaroni and cheese? You hear that?
But not even like in a porno way, just in a regular way. Like this is just what we do.
This is crazy.
We go on live and have sex.
And what's crazy is you put that personal shit out there, you don't have the right to determine how people are supposed to respond to it. Yeah. So you be like, hey, yo, I'm smashing my girl. She got that macaroni and cheese. And they be like, this nigga got a little ass dick.
Yeah.
He don't know how to fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You a hater, man. Fuck you, bro. He on live. Man, you a hater, bro. Fuck you. You a bitch. It's like, bro, you're fucking on fucking TikTok, you idiot.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's wild. But this is where we're going.
Yeah.
This is where we're going, man, and it's bad. It's bad. It's like I'm gonna do a live OnlyFans on Instagram for free. So like, here are my actors in my movie. This is David. This is Tom. It's like you guys are more than welcome to just watch the live stream for free. And it's like it's gonna get there.
Yeah.
If we don't fucking stop this bullshit now, it's gonna go there.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what I appreciate about myself, or what I appreciate about Keith more than anything. Keith has a life outside of the podcast. He does things, but he doesn't post all of it. Like he doesn't, and it's because when you think about it, there's no real reason to do that. There's no real reason to publicize everything. Like and it's no disrespect. Everybody is entitled to live and do their relationships however they do it. But I personally, especially as getting older, I want as little access to my relationship as possible.
For sure.
As possible. And if I do take a picture with my girl, I'm not tagging her so you thirsty niggas can try to send her a DM. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not.
Niggas gonna for sure hit that tag.
Oh my God.
See what's on the page.
People are terrible. You know what's wild? We live in a weird ass culture where people are like obsessed with Travis Kelce and fucking Taylor Swift and all these people. They create names for people's relationships like, oh, this is the Travis Swift relationship. You're like, oh my God, stop. You're not supposed to be that fucking involved in someone's relationship. There's this football player named Cody Ford, right? And he was with this white chick. And I guess they split up, but they had like a popular TikTok relationship, and it's like a bunch of different TikToks and people weighing in on it. Like, I knew that he wasn't right for her when she would I'm like, oh my God, just stop.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot with different YouTubers. You'll see them in the comments, like especially when they get in relationships, you'll see people saying stuff like that, like especially after they break up or. Yeah, he just doesn't love her like how she should be loved or how she deserves to be loved.
It's like, stop.
Like, what are you talking about? You don't even know these people.
Like, they seem happy, but like deep down inside, you could tell that there's something missing in their relationship.
Yeah.
It's like stop.
Yeah,
like,
if you look at that vlog when they went to LA, you could clearly see that he doesn't love her.
Yeah, right. Like the way he's not caressing her hand the way he should be caressing her hand.
Yeah.
And normally in a loving relationship, there's just a lot of different like like little signs that
Yeah.
show you
Yeah.
like you're supposed to like. He's not like caressing her elbow the right way, and I knew he was toxic when he didn't touch her elbow.
Yeah.
it's like God damn.
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
It's
It's bad.
crazy.
It's like a play by play, and I hate to say this. I gotta be blunt. Obviously, this is more of a women thing. You see a lot of women critiquing other women's relationships, and it's become like a real thing. And it's like, yo, at the end of the day, bro, we have to focus on what we're doing. I just never cared about who's with who. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just genuinely don't. Because at the end of the day, like, we got real news going on.
Yeah.
You got people in there, dying in different countries of war-torn countries, and is people hungry? The price of stuff's going up. Like, that's the stuff I care about, but I don't even oversaturate myself with that type of shit. Because I got to still live my life, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. This is...
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a different time when, I was watching the Dirty Pop.
I haven't seen that. It's on Netflix.
I forgot the guy's name.
The fat dude that was a fucking pedophile, basically?
No, he wasn't a pedophile.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
a different story. A different boy band.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know that. Well, I mean, they there was on there. They addressed the allegations, but there was never no evidence in none of the boy bands never said that he did anything bad. But basically, he stole all their money. He stole all their money, and he stole a bunch of investors' money. Where he was basically had, I think it was like Transcontinental or something. He had this whole conglomerate, this crazy scheme where he basically was telling people to invest in this company, and they're supposed to get like these crazy returns better than the banks. So he went from being this manager. I think he started in blimps, like he was doing these blimps, and then he moved into boy bands, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, I think O-Town, Aaron Carter, bunch of other, like boy bands and stuff like that. And they were all pretty successful. And he moved on from there to doing like some illegal stuff. And yeah, he had a bunch of people in his back pocket. And yeah, basically he fled the country and a bunch of other stuff, and then eventually he passed away. But I say that to say, in no way, shape, or form did he ever, one, he never admitted to doing something, really illegal, and then two, he wasn't glamorizing it in a way. He probably was living his life, and but that's like real white collar crime when you're not trying to, your goal is not to get caught. Same thing with Same thing with the guy that did the college, the varsity blues guy. I forget his name, but with the Full House mom and stuff like that, where they were getting their kids into USC and under scholarship.
You said college blues.
It's called Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues?
That was the name of the sting operation.
Oh, I was thinking of like James Vanderbeek or something.
No.
You're talking about I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Was it Lissa Milano or Lissa?
No.
Somebody's daughter
no.
was trying to get him into USC with all those.
Faulty. The Full House mom. I forget her name.
I know you're talking
whatever.
about.
Yeah, I don't be knowing all these actors' names, but basically, what I'm saying is there's an etiquette to white collar crime, and it's not on TikTok. Like you got to be smart about what you're doing, and not trying to like flaunting it all out to the public. You got to do it. You got to do it in a better way. If I was the first person to discover that, you're going to get in trouble regardless, because that negative, when the check bounces, it's still going to show up as negative. But when you start to promote it, that just makes you making Chase look like they incompetent. And all they going to do is lawyer up and make sure you never see the light of day again. So, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to look that up right now. But I know it was just some celebrities that were getting their kids into USC.
It was USC. It was a couple other colleges. The scheme was going on for a while, for a very long time. I could find it. Varsity Blues.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah. The Rick Singer is the guy's name. Rick Singer is the one that the college admission scam.
So it says, let me see, a number of individual instances falsified. Children fraudulently admitted as athletic recruits to some most prestigious universities. What? I seen the one with the celebrities with the parents that were doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean the celebrities were just the ones that, they were named, so they threw them out there, but it was a bunch of people.
Rick Singer was a mastermind. He got 3.5 years in prison.
Yeah.
That nigga, he don't look like he could defend himself very good. He in there getting back shots. Nigga.
That's crazy.
It's like, your name Rick Singer? I heard Rick Singer got that macaroni and cheese.
That's crazy.
No. Rick Singer got that mac.
Can you get my son into college?
I still got to support my family from in here. Oh, man. Here it is, Lori Loughlin. Yeah.
Lori Loughlin.
Those sent to prison for participating in the scheme include Full House actor Lori Loughlin, her fashion designer, her husband Mossimo Giulini, and Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman, coaches from schools including Yale, Stanford, Georgetown University, and the University of California, Los Angeles, admitted to accepting bribes. It was a scheme that was breathtaking in its scale and its audacity. It has literally become the stuff of books and TV for movies. Assistant U.S. Attorney Stephen Frank told the judge, "Look here, man."
But the thing you got to see is when Lori Loughlin, when her daughter got accepted into USC, she was like an airhead. Like some of these kids, there were some kids that got in and they were actually good students, and they just got it. They just got a little bit of help to ensure that they got in.
Yeah.
But her daughters were airheads. Like, they weren't good students. She didn't even want to go to college. She was also on YouTube vlogging at the same time. Like, my mom wants me to go to college, but, it's just not really for me. But, I'm doing it anyways. And I don't want to complain. But it was just like, she was just a complete, like, like an airhead. Like, she does not deserve to be on, especially at a USC. So, yeah, it was just crazy when you actually see the facts of the situation.
Yeah, this is wild. I'm looking at it right now. And Lori, she's 60. So, yeah, she was on Full House as like Jesse's girlfriend. Man. And they heard there. That's one thing. I think the problem with a lot of people that have a lot of wealth, they tend to have like piece of shit kids. Like, and it's because they've been exposed to having a lot of money and the parents spend a lot of time making that money and doing things. So the kids are there, but they're not like really being, how do you put it? They're not really being shown a lot of the work ethic or what it takes. They're just like recipients of the wealth. Yeah. So as they get older, everything is handed to them. And they're like, I don't know what I want to do, Mom. Like, why are you forcing me to go to school? And he's like, because you're not doing anything, Jessica. And he's like, well, like, what if it's like I want to do that? Like, I need time to like do nothing, Mom.
What if I just want to be the best at just doing nothing?
Like, has that ever you guys ever think about that? Like, all you guys do is work. Like, what if you just stop working? Like, Jessica, that's not the real world. He's like, well, my mental health can't take another day of work. Right. You worked 2 hours at Starbucks yesterday, Jessica. Yes, and like the customers were too much, and like, Mom, I need $2,000.
Yeah.
What's funny about those fucking trust fund like rich kids is like they really do what. Like those, a lot of it's like satire on shows, but in real life, they really do this.
I mean, you if you see the girl, Lori Loughlin, whatever how you say her name, if you see her daughter, it's like that. It's really like that, and and even them because they have the tape, they tape the conversations. I think they had one kid that was a decent in school, and then they had her. And they were just saying like, yeah, she's not really like a smart one. So, if you basically what they were doing, they were going inside of, say you taking an SAT or something like that.
Yeah.
Some type of college admission test or whatever. And what they would do is they would go and get an extension. So in education, if you deem like special needs in some capacity, maybe you dyslexic, maybe you just certain things, you may get an extension on taking certain tests by law because they want everybody to have the same advantage, or it's not. They want to have a fair advantage for everybody. So when it comes to that, so she goes, you get the little extension, you go to whatever the SAT people in the city, and you know, go in there, you act like you know, you're not really all there. Then they give you the little, you know, extra extension, and then you can take it in specific locations. And then they would go to what he would do is, like, he was like, I got this spot in Houston, or I got this spot in LA, or whatever, in certain locations where I'm locked in with the person administering the test. So they would make up an excuse to fly to, and mind you, they live in LA. They would make up an excuse to fly to Houston to go to this specific place. And basically the guy in there would take the test, and the kids don't know. This is the crazy part.
Yeah.
The kids have no idea what's going on. So they take the test, and then they think they doing the best that they can. And then somebody that, once they hand the test in, the proctor or whatever is erasing all their answers and filling it in with the right answers.
Oh my God.
And yeah, so he's doing that. And then they get their test back, and they're like, oh my gosh, Mom, look, I got 100, you know.
So they so dumb, they don't even realize that they fucking
so
played.
dumb, they don't realize that they dumb. Yeah. Because, you know,
Oh
when
my
you take the
God.
test, you doing your best, but you don't really know that, you know, you're not answering all the answers.
And the
right.
thing about it was dumb is, like, you don't, whenever you take a test, there's a certain level of confidence you have
Yeah.
when you get the test. You're like, oh, I studied this. I know this.
Yeah.
I've repetitiously took, you know, the steps to remember this.
Right.
But when you dumb and you don't even have any effort, and you got the nerve to be happy for something that you half stepped. So,
but you got to hear some of the kids were like, oh my gosh, like, because what they would do, they would have a range. Like, the guy was so good at taking the test, but yeah, he was just a guy that he just he didn't have the answer key either. He just took the test as, like, almost like the kids would take the test.
oh my God, dude.
But he was so good. They were so good they could get it within like a 5-point range. So they would say, like, what score do you want? Said, I don't know what the numbers were. Say they wanted like a 55 on the test or whatever. And then they would be like, okay, we could probably get you within the 53 to 50 or 53 to 50, 57 range. Is that okay with you? And they'd be like, yeah, we want to get that score. So what the kids would take it, and then it wouldn't be 100% because that would be kind of alarming,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So they would miss a couple questions. But so the parents would tell them the score that they wanted, like the range that they wanted. So the kids would take it, and then they realize when the kids get the score back, they'd be like, dang, I did really good, but I feel like I didn't study that much. Like, if I study a little harder, maybe I can get 100% on the test.
Oh,
and
God.
the parents be like, no, it's okay. It's okay, baby. Like, we good. Like, you don't have to take it over again.
Oh my God.
But they not even knowing the whole time that they, you know, and even so much so, like, the girl that the girl, I think Lori Loughlin's daughter, they were photoshopping like sports pictures, because, you know, they were getting in on academic scholarships on sports that were not like super popular.
Right.
Like, they wasn't getting in on a basketball, like,
Yeah.
football scholarships, because that would be like alarming, right?
Yeah.
But they would get in on a row team or on a tennis team or
Yeah.
something like that, because you could put some pictures together, take them to the country club, have them look like they're swinging. There was one where they literally replaced the kid's head for the water polo team.
Oh my God.
They had him in the swimming pool, and he was just, like, you know, jumping up or whatever, and then they photoshopped him to look like he was playing, like, with other kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was wild, bro.
Yeah, I mean, rich people been bending the rules for a long fucking time. And here's a better example of rich people bending the rules. Lori Loughlin's prison offers yoga, origami, and ukulele lessons. How the fuck did you gentrify the prison?
That was not prison.
That's not prison. That's a vacation. What the fuck?
Yeah.
The actor requested to be placed at the federal correction institution closest to her home. That's not how prison works.
Yeah.
I think that there needs to be, you know what? The only fair, how do I put this? The only fair place in the world, I won't even say just the world, but in California, is the DMV. Ain't no privilege in that motherfucker. It don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter where you work, what you do, whatever your social class is. You gotta go to that raggedy motherfucker to get your shit done.
Right.
That is the only place where everybody of all walks of life has to go in there. That's it. And that's sad, because you got ukulele lessons in prison, man. Come
That
on.
is crazy.
And she only got 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I would say the only reason that's a bad thing is because we know in our community that it wouldn't look like that.
Well, here's the problem, Keith. Here's the problem. I'm not pushing back on that, but in our community, we don't have the ability to commit white collar crimes because it takes a certain amount of wealth to even do that.
Yeah, they were charging six figures for some of those
Absolutely.
those admissions. Yeah, and they would donate it to some sort of type of like educational nonprofit organization, writing fat checks, 100,000, 80,000. It was all kind of money, and this was like. Some of them were like famous actors like Huffman and Lachlan, but some of them were just wealthy people that own fashion companies and just different movers and shakers in America.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the shit that's happening at Chase, I wouldn't consider that a white collar crime. That's just fraud. Mm-hmm. Like you're literally like white collar crime is an elaborate.
It takes more thought. Yeah.
It's elaborate. It's like it's deeper. It's like literally. It's what happens in high politics all the time.
Right.
Where, Brett Favre gets somebody to pay for like a whole gym for his daughter. Mm-hmm. Like things like that and getting people to sign off on certain stuff and redirecting funds to go here, to go there, allocating funds to go here, to go there. That's a white collar crime.
Right.
That's an elaborate scheme.
Right.
But just this is some poor people shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why would you rather? First of all, here's the worst part. Why would you think you got away with something when you use your debit card with your name on it and your face is on camera putting that check in there? It is your handwriting and your signature on that paycheck. Like, why the fuck would you think that you would have a crack at getting away with anything? And these people are online saying like, they trying to say I got fraud or whatever, but like, I'm gonna hire a lawyer. You're gonna hire a lawyer with the money you stole?
The only thing that I would say is they got like if you took the money out in cash. So if you went to the bank immediately and you got cash, you still got a negative bank.
Yeah,
account.
dude, negative $99,000.
Yeah, but if you took, I don't think they would allow you to take 99,000 out. But say you took out like 10 racks or something like that, at least you got 10,000 in cash. You know what I mean? So
this dude on TikTok had a negative $99,000 thing. Let me look him up. Put in the Chase Bank glitch.
So did he pull out cash? Or
I don't know. I don't know what he pulled out or what's going on.
Because if it bounced, it would just bounce. It shouldn't necessarily be like a negative thing.
This girl, hold on, Chase glitch.
Everyone's telling me to lawyer up, so that's what I'm about to do. I'm on my way to see the lawyer now. Everyone keeps saying I committed some type of crime and fraud. Wire fraud, theft fraud. So I'm going to let y'all hear what the lawyer say because he knows the law. You don't know the law. He knows the law. And
yeah, don't get behind them bars and start crying, baby girl.
That reminds me. We didn't get to talk about it, but the girl that got fired, like the job.
Oh yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. Her voice kind of reminded me of like her.
Yeah, it's just the highest level of being oblivious.
Yeah,
like you're so oblivious to the dumb shit that you just did.
Yeah,
you don't know the magnitude of how fucked you are. You don't get free money. Free money doesn't exist for anybody ever.
Yeah,
like I just said, if I seen $500,000 in front of a bank, unsupervised, I wouldn't touch it. I would matter of fact, I wouldn't even get money out the bank. I would just leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. And I'm not calling anybody, nothing. Because the camera is on. Big Brother is always watching. You could be on a pitch. Here's the thing, what's funny about crime. Depending on the magnitude of the crime, you will not get away with it. If it's past a certain amount of money, that's the amount of investigation they're going to do. So if you got $500,000 that you stole, right, and you think that nobody was watching you. Let's say you on a street where the street lights is knocked out and it's kind of dark on that street and you seen a bag full of money. Bro, it's cameras from the traffic lights that can zoom in on your ass a half a mile out and get your plates, everything.
I was just thinking about, like you said, like, because there's a bank across the street. So I'm thinking, like, how could you finagle it, right? So, but there's not really a way, because I was like, well, you could probably go, say you seen the money, you double back, and you go over there with like a hood and a mask on, whatever. But wherever you go, like I was saying, like maybe you came to the office, right? And then you stay until whatever, but it's surveillance inside here. Even if they were like weird, like, because I was thinking you stay overnight, you wait till more traffic comes, and then you could probably ease your way out of the building like sometime later or whatever. But what they'll probably do, because they're gonna do their due diligence, they're gonna go to every floor and question every single person. They're gonna go to the manager. They're gonna pull up the surveillance for the past however long, and they're gonna catch you walking into the building with your hood on or whatever. And here's
the worst part. When they're doing an investigation, I think that they can access your Ring camera footage, and they could do
probably without your permission.
Without your permission, we talked about that. So here's the thing. That's another reason why you can't commit crimes like that, because you're going to have a bunch of money in your hand, and you're going to be so overjoyed. You're going to knock on your friend's door like, hey, bro, come out here, bro. You'll never guess what I got.
And then that audio
and visual is all on fucking camera.
Yeah.
Bro, the only way you can do it, you cannot have a car because the car has a plate on it. And let's say, for example, you take the plates off, right? And then all of a sudden you like, hey, there's no place. I can't get busted. Wrong. There's a VIN number at the front left corner. Oh, let me take the VIN number off. Okay, cool. Do you take that off? There are still ways for you to get busted.
Because they're gonna look at the registration. So they're gonna see all the cars that are registered because that's how they found.
Absolutely.
That's
how they found the Night Stalker back in the 80s. They found his shoes.
But even more recent than that, there was a guy. I forget what school it was. It was a college campus. Basically, it was an Asian girl that this guy picked up at a bus stop, and I think she was running late somewhere. She was supposed to be going to work or something, or to look at an apartment or something like that. And the dude drove by. He picked her up, and the reason that the way that they found. Or part of the reason they found, they knew he did it, but part of the reason they found it is because that same colored car was only registered to a handful of people in that community. So by process of elimination, they just pulled him in, and it was like, hey, where were you at this time? And they're like, oh, I was over here. It was like, well, there's only X amount of 5 people with a silver Honda in this area code or in this neighborhood. So I think it might have been like in Boston or something like that. But yeah, that's like, it's like, I just say that to say the way that and they had him on the light post or whatever, the camera from the light, they had him picking her up. So it was just like, just crime in 2024 or even, a few years back, the way it's set up, you cannot do nothing now.
No, you cannot, brother.
Yeah.
Look, and even Nipsey talked about that. He said, like, if there's too many cameras around, you can't do anything. And on top of that, they have gang enhancement laws where if you do commit a crime and you happen to be a gang member, then you will have a gang enhancement, which let's say you got 3 years. Now it's 9 or 8 years because you're a part of a criminal organization. Yep. So, like, people need to really consider this shit. Also, when I was just talking about Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker in the 80s, in 1985 to be specifically, if anybody hasn't seen that movie or know about the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez was a sick motherfucker that was sneaking through windows and killing people. Only a handful of people survived his attacks. Anyways, the Phantom sneakers, because it was some sneakers, they were sneakers, the Avia 440s. And the dude seen those sneaker prints and found the dude with his prints with ballistics in 1985.
Right.
They found his shoe prints in 85, got the stock and where it was, and they literally did this in 1985. It's 2024. It's 10 times worse, man.
Yeah.
It's 10 times worse. Yeah. So here it is. The Phantom sneakers have followed this case all the way from 1985. Footprints, partial prints, and impressions were found at 8 of the crime scenes, and it was these prints that law enforcement used along with ballistics to link the crimes together. More information can be found on this in the post.
Bruh, the way they found Ted Bundy was his teeth. They had the bite marks on the girl, and they matched it with the teeth because his teeth was a little crooked.
Crazy.
So it's just, this is what they doing back in the 70s and the 80s. You know what I mean? So now with cameras, it's a wrap. You can't do nothing.
That's crazy, man.
Cannot do anything anymore.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's wild. And it's the way that they found these people then, it's on steroids now.
Right, yeah.
You can't just shoot somebody and think you're going to drive off.
Yeah.
There's like the suspect is still at large. 1 week later, your ass is grass. And you're going to think it's all good. You shot somebody, you're eating a Subway sandwich, you're like, man, I'm having a great day.
Yeah.
I feel bad about shooting that person last week, but I'm enjoying this sandwich.
Yeah, they kick your door down.
No, here it goes. You in Subway, you eating your sandwich, and you hear like the police sirens going off, and you're like, man, who they going to get? Then you get closer and be like, man, that sure is loud. Put your hands on your head. Whoa, the victim must be inside the Subway.
Yeah.
And they got your ass.
Yeah.
That shit is no joke, man. Remember the death of Lacey Peterson?
Yeah,
her husband.
I was watching that documentary.
Yeah, man. And the same shit with Vincent Brothers. Vincent Brothers killed his whole fucking family, and they found him from insects.
The bugs on
They
the car.
literally, I think that it was the cell phone towers had pinged. That was one way they got him. The other way they got him is that they looked in his grill of his car, and there were only certain insects that exist in the country from that space.
Yeah.
So they used the bugs.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you can't get away with nothing. If they using bugs on a nigga, you done.
You can't even. Yeah, he should have washed his car, idiot.
Yeah, he'd even. How you gonna murder somebody and not clean your car?
That's the first thing you do. Get some bleach.
Yeah, this nigga's like, I've been murdering people all day. I'm tired.
You couldn't even hit the mister? That's crazy.
The bug's sitting there dead, like, this nigga's fucking up.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah.
it's wild. But understand this. I give you a couple reasons why you can't get away with anything. You just talked about Ted Bundy's teeth marks, which is wild, right? That was what 70s, like 70s.
I think in the 70s.
So Ted Bundy's teeth marks. Then you got Richard Ramirez, the fucking Night Stalker.
shoes.
His shoes. They found the amount of stock in the shoes and narrowed that down and matched it up to the crime scene with ballistics in 1985. I was just born when that fucking Night Stalker happened. It was all over the news. This guy killing everybody in L.A.
That's scary.
Oh,
dog.
yeah. It was wild.
Serial killers are kind of like, man, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and this guy was doing it. And okay, so then they got him. Then you got Vincent Brothers in 2003 killing his whole family, and the nigga got busted because he had bugs in the motherfucking the grill of his car. What's crazy is he went to the funeral service and he just looked he just looked like he didn't have a soul, man.
Why'd he go to the funeral?
Well, he went to I think they showed him at the service.
Like when he was before he
was
caught?
convicted, yeah.
Oh, that's
I believe
that's
so. I
crazy
believe they showed him
dude.
at the service.
Dang, probably in the background or something.
I don't know, but the nigga was crazy.
Yeah.
And there was some and we got to move on because I'm going to keep blabbing. But the Vincent Brothers, and this murder took place in Bakersfield, California, from where we're from, obviously. And in that house, there was a Hispanic family that had moved in there, and they moved out because they kept seeing people.
Yeah.
This is on the news.
Right. Yeah, I
don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, there was a couple people
That moved in there.
Yeah,
And
that
they
moved
moved
in
the
there.
fuck out
Yeah.
because they kept seeing like the silhouettes of little kids
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
people. And it was two different fucking families that seen that.
Yeah. I wonder if they because when you buy a house, you have to say that somebody died in here. But I wonder if you're coming from you moved to Bakersfield from Miami or something like that. I wonder if you don't know any context, you never heard of the case, you do hear that somebody passed away in here, but you don't really do your due diligence. I wonder if you had that same experience. Because I feel like part of it may be, because I don't know, you know how your mind could be playing tricks on you. And if you know the tragedy that happened in there and you were from Bakersfield and you knew how big of a story it was, I wonder if that could kind of feed into you seeing certain things here and there.
Possibly, but I mean, if you're not, okay, let's say you're not from Bakersfield. Let's say you're from LA and you move into that murder house, right? You move in there, and they say, hey, we'll give you a deal. Somebody did die in his house. Somebody that really needs a home and wants to relocate, they're not going to really consider all those things. It's like, hey, babe, get some sage. You know, that's like,
Yeah.
you get some sage and some holy water.
Yeah.
You know, but that's as far as they're going to go because they're looking for a deal.
I know when we were house hunting, they'll tell you like, hey, somebody did pass away, but they don't really give you details. You probably would have to do your due diligence. But yeah, that's crazy. But it is kind of eerie.
They need to fucking have details, man, because if you tell me somebody passed away here, you're softening the blow from what probably really happened, right?
It could be in any capacity.
Because this shit there's been some crazy stories about people buying homes, and he was like, they told me somebody died in here, but you didn't tell me it was a whole satanic cult under my fucking house.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's like they knocked down a wall, and then it's a whole dungeon down there with blood and motherfucking, this shit literally happened, dog. Mm-hmm. Like, it's people that got cults and people dead. There was a girl on TikTok. She posted, she said they sent a plumber out to go fix the pipe. Mm-hmm. And when they went to fix the pipe, they ended up finding this little room, like a small area that they didn't know that was behind the wall because he had to like knock down a piece of the wall. And when he knocked down a piece of the wall, it was like this little room, and it was blood stains and footprints with blood in them all over the fucking place.
Wow. So
they had to contact the local police. And once they did some more searching, they found bones. So what happens is the plumber, when he sees this stuff, the plumbers don't like it when they contact the officials, because once they contact the officials, everything that's there is considered part of the crime scene. So the plumber lose all their tools. So the plumbers be like, nah, fuck that.
Let me get out my tools first, and then you can call.
Let me get my shit back for you.
And let me get paid before you do this too.
Yeah, it's like, look, and the thing about it is they did a blood test. There's certain things you could put down, and or certain solutions you could put down on blood, and the blood will like not bubble, but like not boil, but it'll start to bubble if it's really blood. Mm-hmm. And it was literally blood. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just like blood like somebody cut themselves and it fell. It was like a gruesome fucking murder happened in that room.
It has to be. They could probably tie it to some cold case. Somebody that's been missing for
probably
however many years.
That shit was fucked up. I think that if you find something like that in a home, I think that should void the mortgage, everything. It should void all of it. if let's say I've been, you know, I don't know, been having a weird feeling about this house. I've been living here for 12 years now, and you know, all of a sudden I slip and fall, hit my elbow, and you know, a piece of drywall caves in. And then I kind of moved the drywall a little bit, and I smell a funny smell in the wall. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go down over to Home Depot. We're going to cut this wall down and see if there's a dead rat in there. Maybe it's a dead rat, right? And then you open up the wall, and then a whole nother dimension opens up, and it's hell. And you're like, fuck, why is there hell in my house? Why is Satan in my fucking wall? God damn it.
That's what I'm saying. I think the best way for you as a human being not to be like turned into a cold case is to have loved ones around you, man.
Absolutely.
Because if that's like with that house, somebody got murdered and they bones, and then they just got through into a wall and they built another wall, or you know, hid a room or
that
whatever.
Nigga was dedicated to that murder room. He just left it all. He didn't even clean it up.
Right? Yeah. That's crazy. How do you build the wall and not clean the mess up? But anyways,
that's Donald Trump, man.
If you are trying to, I forgot what I was saying.
Go ahead,
but
man.
Yeah, I think what was I about to say? Yeah, I don't even remember.
I can't help you with that, Keith.
Yeah, you interrupted my thoughts.
Oh, man, your brain gave out.
Yeah, my brain gave out. Yeah.
Keith's brain is like, you know those lawnmowers, you keep trying to start them and they don't start right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and you got to keep pressing that button to keep putting fuel in there, and then finally it's like, that's the thoughts coming back to Keith's brain.
Yeah. I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. But basically, just the amount of effort that you're putting into that's what I was talking about, having loved ones around you.
Yeah, having loved ones.
If you know, or if you got a best friend or just somebody you can, even if you got a job that you know that people rely on you and you just gonna be gone, like that's the best way to prevent you from being like a cold case where you just end up in a wall somewhere. It might still happen, but at least people is gonna be on a prowl. Like they're gonna be looking. Like that's what happened with Lacey Peterson. I just think she was such a good person that when she passed away and people was just sharing different stories, like this was my best friend. She was always a joy. She always smiled. We loved her so much. Like that's why people went to lengths, so many lengths to find her. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that I think there was like a lake that started clearing up out in Las Vegas, and they start finding drums with dead bodies in them.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up, man. A lot of people probably, I don't know, bets probably. There's a lot of different places like in New York too where they find people in drums. Like they got like a weight that's at the bottom, and it's like a drum right there. It's like, God damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a sick world.
It's a sad case. I don't know how we made it here, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's time to move on, man. Once you start talking about things that have nothing to do with the main topic,
yeah.
I guess it's a subtopic, right?
Yeah.
People trying to get away with crimes.
Yeah, it's more interesting than those stupid TikTokers.
Yeah. Well, they may end up in the drum too. All right. Chase will put you in that motherfucking drum. You think they won't. Chase Bank, you playing with the wrong people, man.
Yeah.
You better cut it out.
Yeah.
If you better not be playing with Boeing or Chase Bank.
Yeah.
Because Boeing, it's been some people that was whistleblowers on Boeing and they all disappeared.
Nah.
Bro, you better look. Hey, anybody listening, look up Boeing and look up the whistleblowers that are dead now. I'm talking about recently died. They died of strange deaths.
Yeah. No, I was listening to Shannon Sharp and Marlon Wayans, and he was talking about the first time he had got on a plane. I think what's the oldest brother? Not the oldest brother, but it's the second oldest.
Sean?
No, Sean is younger. Is a younger one. It was like Keenan maybe.
Keenan is the oldest.
No, they have an older one than Keenan, but Keenan was like he's looked at as the oldest.
Got it.
But basically, he said I don't know where I think he had flew like some of his siblings out somewhere or whatever. They had hopped on a flight and it was like a very cheap airplane. Right. He said they were sitting on a plane and they were looking out the window and they had never been on a plane before, but they looked out the window and the wing had just like it caught on fire. And then he said Marlon was, I don't know if it was Sean or somebody. He said he looked at Sean and was like, bro, the jets just kicked in. Like he just thought he was like excited that, he thought that that's what the plane is supposed to look like. Like the wings are supposed to catch on fire and then they just drive faster or something or fly faster. But then he realized like very quickly that the pilot was like, hey, we're going to have an emergency landing and we're going to everybody's okay. Just make sure you buckle up and stuff like that. But I thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. And here it is, Boeing, and I'll say this before we move on. Boeing, god damn, really? I hate when they put these dumbass ads up. Boeing faces 10 more whistleblowers after 2 die. Right, so 2 of them died recently. Joshua Dean, 45, a former quality auditor at Spirit Aerial Systems, which assembles fuselage sections for Boeing, died Tuesday morning from a fast-growing mystery infection. He was only 45.
Dang.
We talking about Boeing. They're so big they could kill you nice and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that you about to go to a Subway and that's a regular Subway worker? That motherfucker putting some arsenic in your sandwich.
Right.
Or what's that shit that they use on Breaking Bad? You know what I'm talking about? The stuff that Walter White was using?
Yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
What it was called, but
yeah, that shit was bad.
Slow death.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, switching gears, San Francisco 49ers rookie Ricky Pearsall released from hospital after being shot in attempted robbery. Now, for those that don't know, obviously me and Keith are big Niner fans, and Ricky Pearsall was a guy drafted from Florida. Hell of a route runner. He could get open. But unfortunately, he got shot in an attempted robbery. And it's a 17-year-old that did this shit, which is crazy. And he said, I'm very, very sorry. Fuck you. Go to prison. Ricky Pearsall, the San Francisco 49ers rookie wide receiver and first-round draft pick, was released from the hospital Sunday, a day after being shot during an attempted robbery in the city of Union Square. Pearsall's mother said Sunday in a social media post that the bullet that struck her son in the chest exited out his back and missed his vital organs. She added, was extremely lucky. After the attack, Pearsall, 23, was taken to the San Francisco General Hospital, where authorities said he was stable and being treated for his injuries. A suspect, whom described as 17-year-old male from Tracy, a city about 70 miles east of San Francisco, was quickly apprehended near the scene and taken into custody. The suspect is also stable and being treated at San Francisco General Authorities. Fuck him. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Pearsall is the victim of an attempted robbery and shooting this afternoon. Team officials posted on there. He sustained a bullet wound, blah, blah, blah. Writing the same shit over and over. Yeah, so the guy that shot him, the 17-year-old, said he was really, really sorry, and his family is saying, like, he's really not a bad person. Man, fuck your son. Let me tell you something. If I had a son, and he was attempting to rob somebody, and he shot him in the chest, I would just tell the judge, do what y'all got to do. It's called accountability. I didn't raise you to be a criminal and a crook. Mm-hmm. If you took it upon yourself to make that decision as a young man, you got to face the consequences. I'm not going to defend you. You are my son. I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to cry, but I will never defend a criminal. You got me fucked up. You literally shot and harmed somebody to take something from them. You got to face the consequences of your actions. Mm-hmm. That's just how it works. What I cannot stand about certain family think like, I'm sticking with my family, right or wrong. That's my family. Wrong. Mm-hmm. Not at all. If somebody in my family does something foul, you won't hear from me anymore. Uh-huh. You murdering people, ain't nothing I could do with that, man.
Yeah.
I can't defend you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in court crying over you neither. If I'm crying, it's because I'm hurt by the situation. But I feel empathy for the family.
Right.
I don't feel empathy for you. You a grown man that did that. That's like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got to stop with the whole, he's a good person. Like, he brought a gun he's trying to steal from somebody.
Yeah. And
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he almost killed Ricky Pearsall. Like, he was inches away from, that being, that bullet hitting major arteries and stuff. Like, it's a miracle the way that it all played out. So he's not a good kid. He's not a good person.
No.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, he went, and who knows what the motive was? But he don't even live in San Francisco.
No, he's from Tracy.
Yeah,
70 miles away.
So he made his way out there for whatever reason with bad intentions, and he got a gun at 17. And it wasn't like. It ain't no gun like I'm defending myself from rival gang members. This is a gun to try to rob somebody who has a little bit more than you. So
I don't know if this is the real crime, but they should. How they talk about premeditated murder. Mm-hmm. This should be premeditated robbery. Because you traveled a certain distance with a pistol with the intent to rob someone.
He's I think he's getting attempted murder charge.
Absolutely.
On his thing. Yeah.
He's
gonna
spend some time.
Yeah.
I think he might get a dub.
Yeah, they're gonna try to make it. It's Ricky Pearsall. You in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. It's they not playing with.
And he's 17, so they're gonna try you as an adult.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, so you fucked.
Yeah.
And like the thing about it is, that whole youth authority. Like if you like 12 years old, you commit a crazy crime, you're gonna spend some time in there anyway. But you still have a chance as an adult to.
Yeah, your stuff get wiped clean when you get 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing, man. This kid's fucked. Mm-hmm. It's a show that I actually watched. It's called Unlocked on Netflix, and it's a social experiment done on inmates where they're giving them freedom in order to like govern themselves. Mm-hmm. Like these guys are on 23 and 1s. They're doing 23 hours lockdown and 1 hour recreational time. Mm-hmm. But when they're out for that 1 hour, they getting in fights, people getting stabbed, all kinds of shit. So they said, let's switch it up and give them some freedom and open the gates and have them open. Mm-hmm. And then they gave them privileges to using their phone. They had unlimited phone time with their family, all kind of shit to change it. And they started to see slow changes in the inmates. Oh. And then they start giving them visitation, where they was getting visitation from family and stuff. And they learned that it started to work. But it was still people fucking it up because they're institutionalized.
Right.
One dude said, like, hey, man, I know this is our last chance, but this shit is new to us, man. We've been locked down 23 hours. Like, let's give us a chance. So ultimately they started figuring it out. But anyways, basically to bring that all back in, this kid's going to do a long time. Mm-hmm. So he better figure out how he's going to keep his mental health together.
Right.
Yeah. We'll hear about this kid. You know what? and obviously, I don't know how I'm going to prove this. It may take 20 years, but I think that, or not even 20 years, probably 20 years, because Ricky Pearsall's career is not going to be 20 years long. Most people's career is not going to be that long. But I think there could be a documentary in the next 20 years about Ricky Pearsall, especially if he has, let's say he has an outrageous Hall of Fame career. There could definitely be a 30 for 30 about Ricky Pearsall being shot and him living his career versus that 17-year-old that spent 20 years in prison.
Right.
And, you know, and not even the parallels, but literally like what their lives, their
sit down with each other.
They sit down with each other.
Yeah.
And you have a, you know, a much older Ricky Pearsall. And, you know, you got to understand, if he gets 20 years, he'll come out at 37 years old. That's still very young, you know?
Yeah, I can see him. Yeah, he's so young now that by the time he gets out, I know people that did a dub and they out and they much more mature. They move and they probably
wallow.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see that happening. But I think that as far as Ricky Pearsall, like they saying, I seen him walking around. He was at practice.
Yeah, he want to play.
Yeah, he tried to get back. So I guess they're slow playing it. They put him on the non-football.
Yeah.
Physically unable to perform list, or, you know, I don't know. They got all that lingo.
list.
Yeah, so he's probably not going to be able to. Well, he's not going to be able to play until week 4, I believe, or week 5.
Week 5.
Yeah, so he has to sit out 4 games. But yeah, it's a crazy situation, man. You know, like your life is precious, and you know, they saying that he's fighting over jewelry or something like that.
Yeah, his Rolex.
A Rolex. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think Ricky Pearsall, I think he needs to release a rap album at this point. Like he should release. He already has a black girlfriend, so I think he's right up there. Like the highest level of white black is, you know, when you're white and you play wide receiver. It's a very black position, and then you got a black girlfriend and you got shot. Now you need to release a rap album.
And you got swag, like the way not just him, like the way he dresses. I'm talking about like the way he play football.
Yeah.
Like he really, like, you know, Cooper Kupp is like, he looked like, he played like he looked. But Ricky Pearsall, like, I don't know, he got a little wiggle to him. You know what I mean? So
no homo. But yeah, man, when I see Ricky Pearsall running routes, I be thinking like, many men wish death upon me, blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and niggas trying to take my life away. They try to take my Rolex and shoot me in the chest. I got real mad and put on my bulletproof vest. Then I came to practice and ran some fucking routes. Niggas try to take my life away. Many men, many men wish death on me, dog. I don't cry no more. Won't look to the sky no more. Man, I play for the 49ers. Man, I play for the Niners, dog. Oh, man. Crazy, man. Yeah. God bless him, man. I'm so glad he's... You know, I'm going to tell you something. And this is me. I'm going to make this proclamation right now for all those that watch football. Ricky Pearsall is going to be doing some outrageous shit on the field. Can you imagine reaching the apex of success as a collegiate athlete? You get drafted, and you not only get drafted, you get drafted to one of the best teams in all of the NFL. And everybody in your family's happy for you. You get all this money, and then it almost gets taken away from you. You're asking the woman, because there was a female sheriff. I think she's a deputy sheriff. And she told him, she was like, hey, breathe. She took her hand and put it in his wound so it didn't so he didn't continue to bleed out. And he asked her, am I gonna die? She said, no, honey, you're not gonna die. It's not your time. Just breathe for me, okay? Breathe for me. It was almost like a very motherly moment. It was very beautiful, actually. The
way she described
officer that really calmed him down and told him to breathe. So you could imagine him replaying that moment in his mind. He finna be routing niggas up on that field.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall is going to have a breakout career with the 49ers. He is going to be getting, it's going to be, and Brandon Ayuk and him on the field at the same time is going to be a fucking nightmare. That guy, imagine somebody nearly taking your life and your dream away from you, and now you get a second crack at it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That's like you being a podcaster and you make a living. You make tons of money being a podcaster, and then somebody punch you in the throat and your voice is gone.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks later, your voice start coming back. Don't you think you'll be speaking with a little more conviction?
Yeah.
So imagine a wide receiver, professional athlete going through the worst tragedy and moment of the despair in his young 23 years, and now he gets a second crack at it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
I wonder if Lorena Bobbitt's ex-husband felt that way. Because she chopped his dick off, but he got another dick, bro.
I'm a dick down everything now.
Yeah, I'm fucking everybody. I'm getting everybody's macaroni and cheese.
I got a second dick at life.
Yeah, I heard he got a black one, too.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine that? That'd be crazy. That'd be like if you black in this chop, now you got an Italian one. Like you black, but your penis is like, hey, Tony, hey, what are you doing over here? Hey, what the fuck, man? Come on. Oh, man, that'd be crazy. That's kind of racist, low-key, too. If you black with Italian penis, like before you put your pants down, it's like, go, 50 in the house, bounce. You already know what I'm about. And then you put your pants down, it's like, when the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie, yeah, that's amore. Italian dick. All right, man. This is how you know you got to switch topics. This is how you know you got to move on, man. All right. Let's switch gears, man. Switching gears. This is a very fucked up story here. Ugandan Olympian Rebecca Cheptegei dies after being set on fire by her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. This is a fucked up story, man. And I have to talk about this really quickly. Rebecca Cheptegei, a Ugandan marathon runner who completed the Paris Olympics last month, has died days after she was burned by her boyfriend. The country's athletics federation confirmed on X, formerly known as Twitter, Thursday. We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of our athlete Rebecca early this morning, who tragically fell victim to domestic violence. The Ugandan Athletics Federation posted, as a federation, we condemn such acts and call for justice. May her soul rest in peace. Let me explain something to you. I'm talking to the ladies more specifically right now. I think that you need to determine very early in your engagement, not even a relationship. I'm talking about the very top of the relationship or the time you're getting to know a man. You need to start to determine if this guy has a screw loose and if he potentially may have the propensity or the ability to be violent towards women or to potentially blow up. If you can sense that, disengage and do it very kindly and get away from him. And the reason why is because there are some dudes that are fucking nuts. Now, let me be clear when I say this. There are women that burn houses down. There are women who stab and hurt people too. But you have to be able to pinpoint what behaviors would potentially cause this. Now, even for me, it's a scary thing because as a single guy, when you go on a date with a chick, you need to be listening for nuances within that conversation. If she says like, oh yeah, my ex is like, oh, he's like a crazy stalker, leave her alone.
Yeah.
Leave her alone because she's putting your life in danger. In her mind, she just like, I'm done with him. He was just wouldn't leave me alone. He was just so obsessed with me. Right. I'm going to let you talk and get your shit off. But after that, I'm not texting you no more. I don't want you near my house. I don't want you anywhere. I don't care how sexually attractive you are. You ain't about to get me killed over some pussy. Fuck no.
Because a lot of women do, especially when they be in a dating app era, is they're fresh off of a relationship.
Yes.
So the crazy ex-boyfriend still be around.
Oh,
I've definitely been in a situation where like the ex-boyfriend will call or something like that, and you like, dog, I gotta get out of here. Because if this dude pop up and he trying to talk crazy to me because I'm here or whatever, it's just like, it ain't even worth it. You know what I mean?
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And can you imagine like the people that are men more specifically, if they're stalkers and they're crazy, they don't have any boundaries, right? They could bust in the room, and you like, how did you get in my house? He'd be like, man, I'm getting some macaroni and cheese. How'd you get in here? How the fuck did you get in my house?
Right. Yeah.
And crimes of passion are a real thing. And there are some people that are simply crazy. And it's some people out there that I would say that the number one thing is whenever you can sense a man is very controlling. I'm not talking about a man that has boundaries, right? If a man has boundaries, he still won't be controlling. He'll say, oh, you finna do that? All right, cool, I'm done with you. That's a man with integrity, right? If you do something and he told you he had boundaries and you do it anyways and then he feels disrespected and he's like, hey, it's fine, we're done. But if you do something and he said he didn't like it and he grabbed you by your wrist and said, what did I fucking tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to get away from that nigga. He gonna kill you. I'm telling you straight up right now. Or he give you this look where it's violence on his face. That's when you know, even if he ain't hit you, he finna hit you.
Yeah.
He finna put his hands on you. He finna put his hands on you, man. And it's some closeted woman beaters out there that you wouldn't think they was beating women, and you find out later like, oh, this dude then it'd be like 4 other girls like, yeah, I had to leave him. He was putting his hands on me. Man, let me tell you something, dog. You will not. Here's the thing. I think the woman beaters, they target certain women, bro. I really do. And I think that sometimes there's a connection between a woman beater and a woman that does not really have self-worth. Because a woman that has worth will be like, oh, nigga, you seem like you want to hit me. We done. Because if you, it could be the most kindest, church-going woman, but you put your hands on her, she will fucking kill you. Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? She's not putting up with that. But it's some women that will get beat on, and they just freeze up, and they're so scared, and they're so frightened. They scared that if they speak up that any man that will hit you will kill you. Let's be very fucking clear. But if the thing about it is a woman that got a strong male unit, that woman beater will be too afraid to even remotely exist in your world because he knows that your dad, your brothers, your uncles will fucking kill him if he tried anything. Like, I wish a nigga would try to put his hands on my sister because I would use some paid time off and take a flight out there. You're not putting your hands on my sister, nigga. You're not doing that. You are not doing that. Any woman in my life, my aunts, my sister, if I was married, my girl, my wife, doesn't matter. You're not about to play with none of them. Because here's the thing, too, and I don't want to be too long-winded, but I think the thing about women is when women are single and they're going out with their friends or whatever, and a dude try to get at them, and they're like, no, I'm good, or whatever. And you're like, then fuck you then, bitch. I've seen that happen before. That's the same dude that'll put his hands on you.
Yeah.
Any man that can't handle rejection and they give a visceral reaction like that, that dude would beat you straight up. But here's the difference. If that happened to you and now we together, that will never happen again. Never. Because I'm here now. If that same dude called you a bitch, he's going to have problems. Okay? But nah, man, this is disgusting.
Yeah, it's tragic, dude. Yeah, I think it is important for, ain't too much on there, for me to say, but yeah, I do think it's important for women to be mindful of the people that they are bringing into their lives, and
absolutely,
like watch out for them red flags. You know what I mean? Because that stuff is that stuff is serious, and people gonna try to keep it together at the beginning of the relationship, but when you crazy, you just crazy. Even with we referring back to some of the serial killers, Ted Bundy. When the woman that he was actually loved and the one of the women he didn't murder, I forget her name, but she was saying like there was a couple signs where she felt like he was a little bit off in the way he talked about certain things and the way he looked at her and stuff like that. But yeah,
he probably really liked her. She probably was into like some kink stuff or something.
I don't know.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to make that assumption.
I don't know.
I will say this also. She was an Olympian, which means as an athlete, she reached the highest level of where she can go, right? And I think it's important, not just for women, but people in general, where your accomplishments don't trigger insecurities in your partner. If you with somebody like that, that person can also have the ability to do something malicious. And to literally burn a woman, literally put gasoline and burn her, is the most just malicious, heinous, nasty crime that you can think of. Because the thing about it is like, who knows what happened? Maybe, just maybe. And it was her ex-boyfriend, by the way. One, she left him. Two, what if there was somebody else in the picture now? That will trigger a person's behavior more than anything. And imagine if this guy's more handsome than you are, or he's more accomplished than you are, or it seems like she's actually happy now. And it's like in a psychomaniac's mind, like, I'm not going to let this bitch be happy. Fuck that shit. And it's like, dog, oh my God, it's so disgusting that these things happen.
Yeah,
It's incredibly unfortunate, and I think, like I said before too, I think it has, and this is me I'm just making a ballpark assumption that I think that the level of success that she had maybe attracted people in high places, not even just men, just attention. You know, respect. She had a lot of respect from her country and the federation and things of that nature, being in the Paris Olympics. And you got to imagine the vantage point of a jealous ex-boyfriend that has to watch you on TV be great. They got to watch you be great without them, right? This is the same person. Anybody that would burn you probably put their hands on you before. So you escape the bondage of this horrible relationship. And now this person's like, this motherfucking bitch, she's really happy without me.
Yeah.
She's really fucking happy without me.
Yeah.
And now you get this. Oh my God. It's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to harp on it too much, but you look more into the story. I would just advise ladies, please protect yourself. Be careful. Be careful who you allow access to your life. And just watch out. And fellas, watch out too, because these women, they'll try to slice your dick off, man. Be careful. Be careful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's all I got on that.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. You got a hella dog hair on your pants, man.
Yeah.
God damn, that dog was going crazy on your leg.
That's what happens when you have a dog.
He's like, oh, I love you so much. You came in the house and that dog was going crazy. Keith is not really a dog person. Or like an animal. He's not really an animal person. So for him to have that much hair on his leg, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
I think somebody might see that hair on your leg and get a wrong idea.
Like what?
Like people tend to like, what's the word? They tend to profile you. Like they'll see you with the dog hair on your shirt or whatever, and like they see that you're like well spoken and whatnot. They're like, oh my God, like he's such a cool guy and he loves animals.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, you have no idea, this nigga Keith does not care. He's the most nonchalant like person around pets ever.
Yeah, dogs don't do it. Just doesn't move me.
Yeah, the dog sees Keith and was like,
Yeah.
What's
Now,
up,
I have a good relationship. At least we have a dog, but I have a good relationship with the dog. But I'm not a person that's just like, oh my gosh, it's just a little puppy.
I love dogs, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm like a dog person. Well, I would say I'm way more of a dog person than Keith. Me and dogs have a great relationship, right? And I'd be like, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Like when you call a dog buddy, they fucking lose it, bro. Like, hey, buddy, and they're like, like, yeah, it's me. What's up, man? They think you got a snack. When you call them buddy, they don't smell the snack coming, but they know it's one around.
It was a dog when I was leaving the house. It's like it was roaming the neighborhood when I was leaving to church. I think in the morning I seen it like running down the street, and then all of a sudden it was like at our neighbor's house, and then when I walked out coming to the podcast, it was like at the neighbor's house, but then it kind of ran around the fence. But it had barked at me earlier, so I was like, I was low key like I was on
What
point.
kind of dog was it?
I forget the name. I don't know the type of dog it is.
Yeah.
It's just it was a black dog though. But
racist.
yeah, so it ran around. Like we have a fence, but it ran from the neighbor's house and then it tried to run all the way around because we have like a little opening on the gate where there's not like a door, but it ran all the way around, and then I like low key like skirted outside of the gate, and it kind of just stood on the side by the by the gate.
That
and-
dog been waiting to bite you all day.
Yeah, I was like, but it didn't. It barked initially, but then it wasn't like aggressive when I left. But I was making sure. I was like, man, I'm a dog. This.
It's an all black dog.
Yeah.
Dog's name was Jaquan.
Yeah. Yeah. I had my little water bottle ready. I was like, he gonna get
Yeah.
a pound.
Imagine if the dog went to go bite you. And he was like, and then all of a sudden when the dog about to bite you and you about to hit him with the water bottle, it's like, 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4.
Right.
Yeah. Now you had one of them commercials with the bacon bits, dog.
Yeah.
The dog walk up, bacon. It's bacon.
That's comedy.
All right.
Yeah.
We should have that as a sponsor here. Try your all new crispy bacon bits.
Yeah.
Your
As long
dogs
as
are
they
gonna,
paying.
Your dogs are gonna love it. I got to do that TV voice. All right, switching gears. This is the last one here. We'll make this very quick. These flushable.
We didn't talk about the Georgia shooting.
What do you mean, the kid, the school shooting?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's the more important than toilet paper.
That's right here. I have it here.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah. I would talk about that and we can get out of here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think it's pretty useful information about the flushable wipes. But
Yeah.
all right.
They'll live.
All right. Well, we'll move on. But before we do, I'll summarize that. Don't use those wipes and put them in your toilet. That's all I can tell you. They will fuck your toilet up. They say flushable, but they're not. Okay. Dispose of them as you may.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Damn it. All right. Here it is. Here it is. Another school shooting. Switching gears. New details emerge about 14-year-old suspect in victims in deadliest school shooting this year. And this year is a very key word, which means we expect more. The father of Georgia school shooting suspect has been arrested and charged, authorities say. The father of Appalachian High School shooting suspect has been arrested in connection with the shooting that left 4 people dead. According to Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Colin Gray, 54, has been charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. His son, Colt Gray, 14-year-old student, is accused of killing 2 students and 2 teachers with an AR-style rifle in the Wednesday shooting. 7 other people, 6 students and a teacher, were injured by being shot, and 2 other students suffered other injuries, authorities say. The teen has been charged with 4 counts of felony murder. According to charging documents obtained by CNN, he is expected to be tried as an adult. The GBI and Borough County Sheriff have said the charges against Colin Gray stem from him knowingly allowing his son to have a weapon. GBI Director Chris Hosey said at the news conference Thursday, CNN is working to determine if Colt Gray and Colin Gray have legal representation when reached by phone on Thursday. The Borough County Defender's Office could not confirm if they were representing Colt Gray and had no comment. Okay, look here, man. We keep having the same fucking problems. I said this before. I believe in the power of prayer. I think prayer is important, but we have to have action outside of thoughts and prayers. People are fucking dying every year, all the time. You could pray till you blue in the face, but evil exists. Okay? God is real, and so is the devil. Okay? So is evil. And a lot of times you need to stand up to evil in a certain way, and sometimes it's swift, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But let's be very clear. Before that kid got in that building, he should have had his fucking head blown off. Okay? And I will say that as bluntly as I can. Before that kid got in that building, he should have been killed. We got to start killing these people. There is no reason why they should be able to make it into these fucking schools and harm a bunch of innocent people. We have to stop pussyfooting around what the solution is. People say we need gun reform laws because blah, blah, blah. The world has changed so much that there are so many guns in the United States that you could change every law. It's not going to stop anything. Mm-hmm. It's just not. Mm-hmm. So you can say, we need to get AR-15s out of school. And da-da-da. Like, do people not understand? Like, it's deeper than that. Mm-hmm. Certain things cannot be eradicated. You remember Prohibition? They kept on drinking, didn't they? Mm-hmm. And then they eventually brought it back. So there are certain things you cannot eradicate. You have to learn how to, first of all, there can't be any open campuses. Like, school shootings were so rare when I was in school. The most high profile case was Columbine that happened back in 1999. So my freshman year in high school in 99, 2000, there was a Columbine shooting that happened like at the end of my 8th grade year. And that was the highest profile shooting at that time. And everybody could not believe that somebody actually went into a school and shot people. Now it is a regular fucking occurrence.
Yeah, it's happening a few times a year.
And we're allowing it. It's like a part of our American culture now to where these fucking kids, and you know what? I'm going to say this, and this may seem extremely anecdotal, but I think there are so many different things that play a role. Not only social media. That's only one piece of it. That's only one fucking piece. I think that the food and drug administration, like I feel like all these things play a role. Like a lot of kids younger kids are having a lot of mental health issues, which is also from social media and our diets. You know how much fucking Red 40 and energy drinks and shit people are drinking nowadays? And the food that they're eating and how bad the air is? I think that these things are all something that you could, like, there's like a trickle-down effect. We weren't even really drinking bottled water when I was in high school. There's a bunch of microplastics in all of our food. I feel like these things exacerbate our mental health. And people may say, like, no, that's not it. Why not? Like, they affect our body. You don't think they affect our mind? You don't think that there's a effect on how our brains are operating from what we're eating and what we're drinking and what we're watching and what programming is going into our mind? I feel like it's a cocktail for disaster. Can you please explain? Can anybody else explain to me why we've just normalized these fucking school shootings and we just pray about it and then we pray about it and we forget and then somebody else gets killed 2 months later?
I think that the biggest issue is that laws are very slow, especially
Absolutely.
in education. Everything just moves. Everything moves very, very slow.
Absolutely.
And the hard part about the gun laws is that you're dealing with people that love guns.
Absolutely.
So it's not much you could do. You can't. It's too much of a liability to have teachers on campus with guns because teachers that's just a lot. A lot of teachers is getting caught, with relationships with kids. So
Yeah.
I don't even know how they would
crazy.
put trust in.
So they're already fucking the kids. They don't want to shoot them too. God damn.
But I just
Kids
think,
can't win.
I just think that I don't know what the answer is. I think that it sucks that it has to get to that point. The hard part about it too is that school just started, so some schools haven't had their lockdown trainings yet or practices. But even in the trainings, because we did ours, I was like, this ain't really thorough. Like, this is not. They basically what they'll do, they announce it. They say like, hey, this is what's going on. But it's not thorough because when I remember this was years ago when I was working at like an after school program. And we had one of these type of like lockdown trainings like that.
Right.
And maybe, it might have been, I don't remember, but I'm blending stuff together. But basically what happened, I remember a moment where there was people coming around to the classrooms and they were like tugging on the doors and stuff like that. And it almost presented almost like a scenario of somebody trying to, break in or whatever the case may be. And I thought that was cool because you got to kind of put that energy, like somebody banging, it's just the energy that happens. Well, when we did our lockdown, it was like, all right, everybody lock down, make sure you close your windows and make sure you're away from the doors and put the shutters over the windows and all this. And we just sat there. And it was like, this in no way, shape or form gives us the same energy as somebody coming on campus with an AR-15. And that's when I think you're failing us as a school when you don't have the real world experience of it.
Well, ultimately, they've gotten to the point where they've made people comfortable being victims. They have like a tub that they're having in school. It's like a little drum, and it has like bandages for if you were to get shot or to plug a gunshot wound. It's like, don't prepare me to be a victim. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand you got first aid kits. They've always had those in school, but this is a severe wound kit that's in the fucking classroom. Mm-hmm. How about this? It was a comedian that cracked a joke. He said, hey man, how about you do it how they do it at like inner city schools that happen to be all black and use metal detectors? How about you fucking do that?
Right.
Like, there should be metal detectors
do it.
at every fucking school. The fact
Yeah.
that people don't want to spend money is why people keep dying too. Like, how much are kids worth? Are they not worth protecting? Because truth be told, there should be the same level of energy at TSA at high schools now. Like, when the kids come in, there should be like 10 lines of like TSA agents at each fucking school to get everybody in, but you got to have your backpack. Everything has to be tossed out. Anything metal, if you're setting off the alarm, we can't fucking let you in here. Mm-hmm. That's how it should be everywhere, every school. Yeah. But here's the thing. The state has already determined in each state, we ain't got the money to do that, or we don't want to spend the money to do that. So they're just going to keep letting kids die.
I don't know if that's the reason.
Bro,
I think it's more of a conversation, like they were saying, like it's different with the way they look at it, like with these gang, like maybe a school in LA or something like that, or a school in Chicago where the kids is in gang neighborhoods or whatever. I just think aesthetically they think that that's preventing crime from happening, but they don't view it the same way.
Okay, I hear you. So you think that the gang, obviously not you think, but they feel that the gang problems, they need to protection and they need, and these are mainly black and brown schools that have these metal detectors, right? Mm-hmm. Most of these mass shooters are white, and I'm not here to pull the race card, but they are. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you got a bunch of white kids going in churches and going into movie theaters and going to all these places and they're fucking shooting people, don't you think that those same white students need protection from that crazy white kid that's 14 years old? Yeah. I think you do. Yeah. How am I sitting here on a fucking podcast and I come up with an idea of how to protect students, but the state of California, the state of wherever else, you can't come up with this fucking idea? That's insane.
Yeah.
At the end of it, there has to be a money problem. It has to be a money problem.
It's not money, though.
I don't know what the fuck it is then. How the fuck can I come up with this shit and for an idea to protect students, but these people can't?
I'm saying I know it's not money because I know how much money they spend on stuff every year. Like I see there's, the amount of resources that they're pouring into buying educational instruments and all these things, right, and uniforms, and I know how it's a lot of. And
those uniforms are like for band or like for football and whatnot. Yeah. And usually, because I play football, those programs such as the football program does bring in revenue, right? So you're investing, right? When it comes to other track and whatnot, people do come to those meets and whatnot. So some of this stuff is an investment in the school. But how about you invest in fucking protection so other regular students don't get their head blown off? This doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
It seems they're like you said, they've done like minimal strides, right, where they're closing the campuses now, and you have to, some schools have their doors locked when they're in class and things like that. But yeah, it's not enough, in my opinion. We got to do much more. And I think the biggest thing is the preventative thing. Like once the kid is on campus, it's already too late. Like they're coming on campus with military grade weapons. What are we going to do in that situation?
Man, as long as that kid's got a couple magazines, we're fucked. Because we can't engage. Let me be very clear when I say this. They may say, hey, we have campus security already. We do have lockdown. So what it is they've done little things to for liability purposes, I feel. I don't feel like these things legitimately protect the students. Maybe they soften the blow. Maybe they reduce the amount of casualties. But until you have something that reduces the casualties to zero, I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear you saying, "Hey guys, we're going to lockdown. Hey, we have campus security. Campus security, no fucking guns."
They have campus. They have a lot of campuses have police officers too. But the thing about it is, I don't know about the Georgia school, but say a high school, for example.
Right.
These high schools in Bakersfield are pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
It's thousands of students, a couple thousands students that are walking around these campuses. There's probably take up maybe 3 or 4 acres of land,
mm-hmm,
in terms of how big they are. So is if it's only one police officer and somebody opens fire at the other, south end of the campus, and the police officer is roaming around the north side, like what is he gonna do? By the time he runs over there, it's already gonna be casualties.
I think that these high schools are going to turn into institutions, like almost like prison. And what I mean by that is I looked at how East High looks. East High School looks like East High Penitentiary.
Yeah.
They got that shit gated all the way around.
I think all high schools in Bakersfield are
They're like
gated
that now.
Yeah.
And when I was at Bakersfield High School, it was open campus. I could literally just walk off the campus. Nobody really fuck with me except for Steve. That was the only guy. That's somebody I need to talk to, man. We need to get Steve on here.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what his vantage point is of the students and his career. He's been there so fucking long. He was there before my sister went to BHS. She's 3 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So that guy's been there over 20 years. I'm really curious to talk to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, and the reason why I feel like it would be important because he's been campus security. That's the exact person you would need to have on there and, to talk about the dangers and protecting students. I think, sometimes, Steve could have been a flat out dick, but I would tell him to his face, I respect you and I appreciate you for keeping us safe. Mm-hmm. Because, sometimes you seem like they used to call him a narc. Right? Mm-hmm. But I was like, I appreciate the fact that you gave a fuck and that you, if we were doing something we shouldn't have been doing, you wanted to hold us accountable. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it seemed like you were just being a dickhead. But truth be told, I'd rather have somebody like that around my kids that give a fuck than somebody who's like, cool, it's cool, just go in here and smoke cigarettes. No, that's cool. You have a gun, just don't keep the gun away. No, I don't need somebody that's being passive.
Yeah.
I need somebody that's holding young people accountable, because sometimes all it takes is one young person that comes in there with a gun that's just wants to hurt people.
Right.
And now they're hurting a bunch of innocent people for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, it happens on campuses a lot, even like just kids getting caught with guns. And I think most of it is probably harmless, but it was a kid that was at Centennial out here, and he bought a gun on campus, and I don't think it was loaded or anything, but I think he ended up getting arrested. So it's I think the only way that they found out, I believe, is because someone told. So basically they're saying we're relying on other kids snitching on, I wouldn't call it snitching, other kids basically telling, principals, deans, whatever, that somebody has a gun on campus in order to keep the campus safe. That's crazy. That shouldn't be another student's job to keep the campus safe. Somebody of authority should be able to or should be doing that, and should be putting things in place to do that. Yeah. I think gone are the days of that freedom. Like you said, we used to walk off campus and go get a burrito, come back after lunch or whatever. Nah, that's not how it's.
Yeah, that shit's done. And and it makes you really question, like, what happened? But I just think that it's a cocktail for disaster. A lot of the things that how do I put this? I think that when certain platforms and certain things are created, I don't think that the creators of these platforms may have the foresight for how it could affect people's mental health or how it could affect their day-to-day activities. But there is always, with the enhancement of technology, there's always a drawback. There's always something that's happening. Mm-hmm. Right? Some people can be oppressed by certain inventions. Some people could be mentally affected by them. Mm-hmm. And we've seen that. We can't say, these kids, man, I don't know what's in them, man. They're just different. They're just problem. They got a problem. I don't know what's wrong with them. And it's like, that's not helping anything. We need to really get to the bottom of this. Mm-hmm. You know how when an athlete dies, right? When an athlete dies and they identify the lesions in their brain and they say, hey, this guy had CTE. Mm-hmm. Right, this guy had advanced forms of CTE. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a comparable thing in regular humans that don't play contact sports. But I think that the things that we partake in, I think they exacerbate our mental health. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's no way to prove it. Within the next 100 years, we're going to be able to see what's damaging our brains in real time.
I don't think it's going to take that long, because if you think about when the guy, the doctor from Concussion, the one that Will Smith played, mm-hmm. that was not too long ago.
No.
Yeah, it was early 2000s maybe that he started those studies.
Yeah.
So I can see all it takes is somebody that is looking at us and relating social media and these phones to how we're acting, and he might let me actually cut this brain open and see what Instagram is doing to our brain, and you know,
Right.
you just start to do more and more studies.
And I think what's going to be really crazy if they start coding what's happening, like if they can find like if they can tie Instagram to like blue lesions, and they can find Facebook to like red lesions in the brain, and then they could decipher, how much social media usage this person had.
All right.
And and what type of signals was this person receiving from the messaging, and what it's doing, and they're going to be able to really prove like what they're doing, because they talk about they obviously, you ever heard the idea of like a diet, like your diet is it exceeds just food. It's food, and it's what you consume. It's your friendships. It's social media, all of these things. And I think a person that has a level of self-awareness and they already have some form of decent mental health, you can literally, what's the word I'm looking for? You can set up everything in your life to where you only receive so much at certain times. Like, I don't have any notifications on my phone. I told my sister, make sure you turn all your notifications off, because a lot of things you're receiving is just fluff. It's not real. Like, the only time I get notifications is when I click on the actual app and open it. Then I will see them. But I turn them all off. I like something coming through my phone from Facebook is not important.
Right.
I remember back in the like years ago, I used to have like Facebook notification. It would like pop up at the top of my screen. I turned that shit the fuck off. Instagram, it's off. Facebook, it's off. It's off. Everything is off. And some people are just inundated. Have you ever seen something so stupid on social media, or on like more specifically Twitter or something, and it was so bad that it like triggered you, and you kind of felt like this weird form of anxiety come across you, like almost like not like literal anxiety, but it just made you feel a certain way, like what's wrong with these people? Like, can you imagine seeing that and not disconnecting, and you're feeling like that for most of your day?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that can do to somebody's brain, man? Like, when I feel that way, when I ever feel that way, like, I just get off of there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the relationship you have with it, you know, compared to other people that may not have that same luxury,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a different world, man. And I think that we need to have more conversations about this. I think that, we got to figure it out, because that's a genuine concern. Like, like I said, it was a kid that kids are bringing guns to school, and a lot of times it's just to try to be cool. But how easily you can bring a gun on campus, it's just a breeding ground for these things happening, and it would be, I don't know, it's just tragic. It hasn't reached Bakersfield, fortunately, but yeah, it's a tricky situation. But yeah, I don't know. Prayers to those people, man, because like I said, me working on a campus, you don't want to think about that ever happening, but it's a possibility. The main thing we talk about when we're working at schools is keeping the kids safe, but we gotta do something to keep them safe and keep the teachers safe too.
Yeah, you guys aren't doing enough, man.
Yeah.
It's been too many, and you usually look, and I remember the Virginia Tech shooter, or was that the Asian guy? And you see like the prequel to what had happens. There was one dude that literally was documenting many days up before he went. I think was this a Cal Berkeley? I think it was a Cal Berkeley shooter, and he was just like on YouTube posting videos with like hardly no likes on it. Like, these people have no idea what they're gonna face. They have no idea. Because I went to find some of his account before they shut it all down. He's like, they have no idea.
Yeah.
These women are they're going with these guys, and they never even look at me. It's disgusting. It's just wrong. And then he just went up in there and started shooting people one day. And I'm like, this is crazy. How This is why it's important to understand, like, you have no idea who you're interacting with. That person that you seen at, whatever said grocery store, they seem like they were really in a really bad mood or whatever the case. Like, that person probably has a pistol in their back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And all it takes, is one thing to take them over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be like, hey, man, you might see him with a Pokemon shirt on. Have you ever said something to somebody, like, let's say that they weren't really engaged and they had like a Dragon Ball Z shirt on. You like, oh, you watch Dragon Ball Z, man?
Mm-hmm.
And then like they kind of they brighten up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go from looking like super sad to like they lit up. And I think what it is a lot of people that don't engage, or you talked about making sure you got family around. Like, these are the type of people that might die alone, bro.
For sure. Yeah, I know for me, there's a lot of students that I'll come across, or I'll meet their parents and be like, hey, my son or my daughter is very quiet, and, I'm hoping that they, get in this class and they open up and stuff like that. And one thing that I did, what I tried to do is put students by students that they don't know and make them work in groups and stuff like that, so that they are forced to actually communicate. And one of the things that I did see, there was a girl that was in my class, and I seen her it was like lunchtime or something, and she was just by herself. She was just standing by herself, scrolling through her phone, or I don't know what she was doing on her phone. But it kind of broke my heart a little bit, because I'm like, dang, it's thousands of kids on this campus, and she just standing here not talking to nobody. And fast forward, like when I switched up the groups, I put her by the kid that just talks the most in class. So I seen him walk into class laughing and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's kind of like, that's what I wanted out of that. Cause you just, like you say, you never know. You never know what that kid is like. Nobody is paying him no attention. Nobody is telling him hi. They just coming to school. Who knows what if their parents are giving them any attention. But yeah, you just, like you say, you never know what that could do. It's just a little compliment or a little small talk conversation about Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or something like that. Like, you just never know what that could do for a kid. And also for the teachers too. Like, not that we're like anybody's savior, but you should make it your job to, like, that kid in class, like, if he look a little bit off or he don't come in and he don't say nothing, like, just go spark up a little conversation.
Spark up a little conversation, because that's the one with the gun.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
And you'd be like, hey, you like Yu-Gi-Oh cards? That's dope, man. Don't you ever fucking shoot me.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's wrap this shit up, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah. This is pretty long. Where we at, man? This is a pretty long one.
2:17.
I knew it. We gave you guys 2 hours, man.
Yeah.
Knew it. We had a lot on the plate this week, man. But hey, look here, man. If you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're out of here.
Peace.